Sairam. It was sometime in 1989 or 1990 in the city of Chennai, which was back then known as Madras, that a flurry of activity and a lot of excitement was building up at the residence of a little 10-year-old boy, Rajesh Trivedi. What was this excitement all about? Sri Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal was visiting a temple close to the home, and the parents, the father and mother of this boy, were very excited to go and meet the Shankaracharya. Brother Rajesh Trivedi was 2 years my senior at the Sathya Sai college where I studied, and he has himself narrated this incident. It is there at this link above.
This happened sometime when I was in the 6th grade or 7th grade. I think it was 6th, 10 years old. Brother Karthik was speaking about an incident with the Shankaracharya of Kanchipuram.
Now, when the parents told him that, come, let's go and have darshan, he wondered why he should do so. He was a student of the Sathya Sai Balvikas, and he had accepted Swami as the Lord of his heart. He was his guru, he was his master, he was his God. And when Swami is there, why do we need anybody else? Well, this is a common thought among the devotees of Swami. Even I had that thought, and I had my reservations, because of which I didn't visit Tirupati for a long time. Tirupati is a great pilgrimage place of Lord Balaji. Well, I had a eye-opening experience, a tremendous hair-raising, goosebumps evoking experience, which I have recorded at this link above. But we can empathize and understand why he didn't want to go and see the Shankaracharya. So the parents said, it's all right, you stay at home, we are going, and they left. And when they left, the thought that was there in this innocent 10-year-old boy's head was, if you are divine, O Shankaracharya, you should know that the supreme divinity has come in the name of and form of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Why don't you direct people to him directly? They can get the greatest. This was the question going on in his head. After a while, his parents return and they tell him a good news, according to them. They tell him that, Shankaracharya is going to come very close to the home now, because he's visiting a place here for his meals. Why don't you come there and have darshan? Now, the mother especially was very, very upset that the boy had refused to come and have darshan. In order to placate his mother, Rajesh agreed to go and have. So he went there and he was standing on the lawn waiting and seeing all this fanfare that was happening for the Shankaracharya. The Shankaracharya was coming, and there was chanting, there was singing, there were flowers being thrown, and he was wondering, all of this, it should go to Swami. Suddenly, the Shankaracharya stops, comes straight to this boy and asks him, what is your name? The aura emanating from him, the energy is coming from him. It overwhelms this 10-year-old boy. He simply folds his hand in prostration. See, all the thoughts of the head and everything go out of the window the moment you get a tinge of experience. He just folded his hands and said, my name is Rajesh. Patting him on the head, the Shankaracharya went into the home. Wow, that was a very, very overwhelming experience for this boy. But then, soon, the experience was forgotten and the thoughts again came back. He was thinking, all said and done, my loyalty lies to Swami. It is with Swami and I have got nothing to do with any of this. That is when possibly the Shankaracharya completed his meals and he was now coming out of the house, and he was wearing a garland of lemons and he had a crown of flowers, and it was evident that people had offered their adoration and devotion to him. Again, Rajesh was thinking, all of this, it should go to Swami, right? Why should it come to you? This was the thought in his head. And even as he thought that, Sri Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal turned and walked straight to him, removed the garland and put it around this 10-year-old boy's neck, removed his crown and put it on his head, smiled at him and walked on. And there stood Rajesh, flabbergasted, stunned. The Shankaracharya I referred to earlier was the 70th Shankaracharya of the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. The 68th in the series was a great being called Maha Periyava, or the Great Elder. Who is this Mahaperiyava? Mahaperiyavar or Shri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal was the pontiff, the supreme pontiff of the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. What is so special about this Acharya or supreme pontiff? Well, he was born in 1894 and at a tender age of 13 in 1907, he was made the supreme pontiff of this Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, which has followers across the world. This is the headquarters of Kanchi Kamakshi, the goddess Kamakshi. And he was the pontiff from 1907 till 1994, till he became one with the divine goddess. Till the end of his body, he was that for 87 years. And those 87 years were phenomenal and wonderful. The contributions that Mahaperiyava or this Shankaracharya did were immense. He propagated the bhakti movement. He brought in devotion to the masses. He simplified all these complex rituals and procedures and made God accessible to the common man. He removed all the barriers of caste, creed, nationality, religion, even gender. So we had people of all religions coming and participating in the bhakti movement. We had men, women, children, elders, everyone participating. But not just bhakti, he even propagated service or seva. Lot of charitable activities he promoted. That apart, he traveled the length and breadth of the country and propagated Advaita. Advaita, that is the ultimate jnana, the jnana marga of oneness of the entire creation. That God is in all and everyone is themselves God. This Advaita, which was propagated and popularized by the Adi Shankaracharya, was further strengthened by this Shankaracharya. He built many temples, and this temple building and repairing was symbolic of the repairing of the bhakti, karma and jnana margas, the three paths that help man achieve God. So much was his contribution and so immense was his love and compassion that people on their own began to refer to him as Jagadguru. They considered him a divine personality and a realized soul. There were many instances of this gentle yet supremely wise pontiff directing many people to Swami. For instance, the legendary singer, the songster queen of India, M.S. Subbulakshmi, the Bharat Ratna M.S. Subbulakshmi, she was devoted to Periyavar and her husband was devoted to Periyavar. Once her husband, Shri Sadashivam, complained to Periyavar saying, "See, I would like to go to Tirupati to have darshan, but this lady keeps insisting that she wants to go to Puttaparthi." And Periyavar is recorded to have replied, saying, "What is the difference? After all, isn't it the same being in Tirupati and Puttaparthi?" There is another beautiful incident. In the 1950s and 1960s, Srimati Veenamma and her two daughters, Srimati Vijayamma and Srimati Lalitamma, they got the opportunity to sing for Swami, sing bhajan, sing songs in the divine presence in the mandir back then. Now, when they were in Chennai, on one occasion, the Mahaperiyava, the Shankaracharya, happened to be visiting a place close to their home. And so once again, the streets were all lined with flowers and devotees. One could not say whether there were more flowers or whether there were more devotees, because that is the kind of reverence and devotion that the Mahaperiyava evoked. And so Vijayamma and her sister Lalitamma too stood with the crowd just outside their home, because their home happened to be on that street. And as Mahaperiyava came walking, suddenly he stopped, turned and went into their home. They were totally stunned because this was something absolutely unexpected. Not only did he enter, he turned back and said, "Nobody else needs to come, I am going in alone." And he walks in, and there were two photographs, one of Shri Sai, one of Sathya Sai. And he asks the sisters, "Whom do you like out of the two?" And they said, "Both are equal." And he said, "Yes, both are equal, both are the same." And then, pointing to Swami, he said, "In order to win his grace, The orthodox rituals don't work. The traditional practices are not required. All you need is love. If you have love, you will win His grace, you will win His blessings without any limit. Immeasurable amounts of His love and grace you will win. All you need is to have that love and a simple heart. This is what he said unasked. And then the great sage, the saint of Kanchi, the sage of Kanchi, had a request. He said, "Can I do Aarti here?" Oh, the sisters were just overwhelmed. They prepared the Aarti and gave it to him. And there the Shankaracharya did Aarti to the photograph of Bhagawan. After that, he partook his food at their home itself. The simple meal that they had prepared, because they did not expect the great Shankaracharya to come to their home. There were thousands waiting and a feast had been prepared, but he chose to partake the food here. It highlights two things: the greatness and glory of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the greatness and glory of the Kanchi Maha My salutations to them both. Swami was definitely aware of the devotion, the wisdom, the efforts of Mahaperiyava. This incident was narrated by M.S. Ravichandran, a resident of Chennai, and his video is also present online, but it is in Tamil and therefore I am narrating it to you in English. He shared his experience in 1992 or 1993 when he had gone to Prashantinilayam Puttaparthi for darshan. Swami comes, he is sitting in the first line and he is awaiting Swami to come close to him. When Swami comes near and speaks to somebody who is just his neighbor in the darshan lines, and Swami tells him, "Am I not there in Kanchi? Why did you have to come here?" Just making that statement, Swami turns and walks away and goes into the interview room. Now, Mr. M.S. Ravichandran notices that this man is profusely crying. Asks him what happened, and then he narrates that he has been with the Kanchi Kamakoti Mahaperiyavar all his life, and when he was there, he got to know about Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and therefore he wanted to come and visit Swami. But every time he broached this topic with the Shankaracharya told him, "The time has not yet come. I will tell you when you need to go." And that is how he had waited for a couple of years. And after that, he asked Shankaracharya, Who is this? Who is this Sathya Sai Baba?" And he said that the Shankaracharya told me that the mother I worship at Kanchi temple, that is Kanchi Kamakshi, that is Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And when he heard this, he felt that I must have darshan. And that is why, for the first time in his life, without telling anything to the Shankaracharya, he sneaked out and he had come to Puttaparthi. And he says, "I did that and came here. And first thing Swami is telling is, why did you have to come here? Am I not there? Oh, I have done a mistake. I am going back." And he immediately left Puttaparthi, went back to Kanchi. That is the reason why both, whether it's the ascent or the descent, they display extreme love and compassion. They know to see beyond the externalities into the very feelings. I remember a beautiful experience that had happened when I was studying in the Masters at Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. But instead of sharing that here, let me direct you to the link above, which proves beyond doubt that God loves bhava or feeling. He sees beyond everything at one's own feeling. To conclude, let's go back to the narration of Brother Rajesh. 10 years or 11 years after that incident, he was a student at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. As I told you, he was my senior. And Swami had called him for an interview in Prashantinilayam. This was the year 2000. And he had the privilege of sitting at Swami's feet. There was nobody else in the interview room, and he was pressing Swami's feet and enjoying this Padaseva. Swami was going through letters one by one, and whichever he had completed reading, he would hand over to Rajesh, who would place it aside for them to be discarded and destroyed. But he was enjoying this. Towards the end, as that session was coming to a close, he felt it. That Swami might get up and leave anytime now. He said, "Swami, I want to share something with you. Can I?" Instantly, Swami's ears seemed to perk up eyes lit up. Swami came front, sat on the edge of the chair and told, tell me what it is. And Brother Rajesh began to narrate what had happened 10 years before. He said, Swami, once Shankaracharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham had come, he was narrating this whole incident that I shared right in the beginning of this video. When it came to the point of him going to that house and standing on the lawns waiting for the Shankaracharya to come, his narration was cut short by the excited narration from Swami. Swami said, yes, you were wondering why he can't send everyone to Swami, and at that time he came and asked you your name, correct? And you said Rajesh. Wow. And Swami began to narrate live as if Swami is seeing everything live at that moment. Yes, Swami is beyond time, whether it's the past, present, or future. Everything is live for him. That's what makes him alive for us every moment, whether we are in the past, present, or future. And Swami narrated also how you wondered that this crown and garland should go to God, and he came and offered them to you. Correct? That was such a revelation. And nothing. What can Brother Rajesh speak? He was as dumbfounded as I am now, even sharing this many years later on video. The thought arose in Brother Rajesh's head as to why is the Shankaracharya not directing everyone to Swami then? And it is also possible that in some of our heads also these questions come as to there are so many religious and spiritual people, why don't they tell about Swami? Well, I got my answer through a beautiful incident narrated by Ravi Kumar sir from the Brindavan campus of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, my teacher of chemistry, but more importantly, teacher for life. He narrated how on one occasion Swami asked, boys, what is Swami's greatest miracle? And so many answers were given, including divine love and transformation of the heart. But Swami said, no for all of that. Then Swami said, see, if an aeroplane is landing in some other country and it doesn't land properly, within minutes or hours, all of you people around the world get to know that the aeroplane didn't land properly. But here, the most supreme force in the universe has taken birth on this earth and is staying here and sharing his love. Yet, not everyone in the world gets to know of it. That is my greatest miracle, because I have put my foot down to ensure that only those who are ready for this get to know and come. So that, dear brothers and sisters, is the reason why these spiritually evolved souls, and I know of at least 3 other such souls and their beautiful experiences, and in due course I will share them on this channel. But that is the reason why they don't share openly and publicly about Swami, because possibly that is what their instructions are. How fortunate then are we that we have got to know of Swami, we have accepted Swami, and we are celebrating Swami. Dear Swami, our gratitude to you for this beautiful opportunity that we have got. And also Swami, gratitude to you for ensuring that these beautiful leelas and stories that fill our hearts with so much love, devotion and dedication, you have allowed to reach us. I offer my humble salutations to the beautiful and wonderful and magnificent Maha Periyava, the Shankaracharya. He took Mahasamadhi in 1994, but he continues to inspire and recharge millions of hearts and souls even to this day. As I said, he has been conferred the honorific Jagadguru by the people. It is not something that is officially given, but everyone calls him Jagadguru. Grateful to him for these beautiful experiences, and I'm grateful to my Jagadguru, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear Swami, may the love that we have for you in our heart keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.